For years, you've watched the greatest Star Wars battles. What if you could actually live them? Well, the series of Star Wars Battlefront lets you do that. Star Wars Battlefront is the first in the Star Wars Battlefront series and is a third first-person shooter video game based around battles featured in the Star Wars movies. It was developed by Pandemic Studios and LucasArts and released on September 20th, 2004 for Xbox, playable on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2 and PC, the same day as the release of the Star Wars Trilogy DVD set. Players can either play Star Wars Battlefront online or offline with up to 4 players. This game brought excitement to the Star Wars community. Being able to actually play as your favorite characters in the scenes and battles taken in the real movies, it was very exciting. Then came Star Wars Battlefront 2, and the excitement continued. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the sequel to Star Wars Battlefront. It is a high-selling Star Wars video game following the many adventures of several characters. The two games are very similar, as both revolve around troopers from various factions fighting in different locations. Battlefront 2, however, includes elements and missions from Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith, as well as enhanced aspects of gameplay including space combat and the ability to play as Jedi characters or other heroes. The game's campaign mode is entitled Rise of the Empire. The story takes the player on different missions throughout the galaxy as part of the Galactic Empire's 501st Legion known as Vader's Fist. Other game modes include Instant Action, where the player can fight on any battleground, land or space, and Galactic Conquest, where the player fights as a certain faction for control of the galaxy. The game was released on November 1st, 2005 for the PC, Xbox, PlayStation Portable, and PlayStation 2, the same day that Revenge of the Sith was released on DVD. Almost 10 years later, the Battlefront series continued with a new edition called Star Wars Battlefront. It was made by EA and DICE. This game blew everyone away with its video and audio effects. Absolutely stunning. Unlike previous Battlefront entries, this game does not have a story of its own. Instead, it reinterprets the stories and battles presented in the original trilogy alongside some battles presented in the novel Battlefront Twilight Company, such as the Siege of Insuyu Tor. The game has the option to switch at will between first-person mode and third-person mode, much like the previous entries in the series. Instead of a single-player campaign, the game features a set of co-op missions that can be played alone, online, or with split screen. An offline split screen mode is also available. Players are able to play as hero and villain characters such as Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Each player is outfitted with a partner, and the duo are able to spawn on each other and share loadouts. DICE based the game's AI off of the Star Wars films, but tweaked it to make it accessible. Classes are not featured in the game, for the player is able to freely customize their weapons, characters, star cards, and hands, and traits. When the game first installs on the system, players have the opportunity to play a minigame as it is loading. They take the role of Darth Vader and face waves of rebel troopers inside Echo Base. And that was the Star Wars Battlefront series. But it's not over yet. The new Star Wars Battlefront game is still releasing DLC and free content, so the game is still exciting. Thank you, and may the Force be with you.